What's going on? Just waiting for everybody else to jump on the live. Earth One in the building. See what it's sounding like. Hey, check it out. Got your comment all up on here.
Oh shit! What's that sideways shit?
Hmm.
Guess that ain't gonna work. What up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, man, I got you.
What the fuck, man? Hold on a sec.
I'm looking like I'm fixing to land an airplane.
I had this shit proper. I didn't know it was gonna pop up sideways.
Endless possibilities in the building.
Well, it looks like I'm still choppy on you, man.
Uh, they Streamlabs is basically a beta kind of deal that is free because of little snags like that.
I'll just sit still. Cheers, man.
I'm glad to have you with me, man. Especially after I had my man period last night.
Yeah, man. I was like, wait a second. This guy, where's he going?
All right, man. MoneyRun's coming. He's on his way. Late customer issue. We can respect that, right? That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I just left the shop, man. I wanted to stream from the shop, but I'm like underground, so I literally have like no service down there. A little bit, but it wasn't worth the risk. I would have had to drive all the way home. I wanted to stream right from the lab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Show you where I put in all my work. You know. But I don't know. The couch is kind of nice too.
Man, I'm gonna call this the armchair interview, man.
Dude, I was debating whether I was gonna grab a freaking coffee or pour a drink, and I said, you know what? Let me unwind with these boys with a nice drink, like we're sitting at the bar.
Yep.
We'd have a good time sitting at a bar, man.
With a Jameson.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to kill this bottle. I don't drink a lot, trust me. I sound like I do, but
The older I get, a few drinks and I just want to go to bed.
yeah, that's what it does to me too. I have a few drinks. I'll freaking stop at Wawa. That's like our little convenience store down here. I'll stop at Wawa on the way home and grab a coffee just to perk me back up. Anymore, you know what I mean? I had my moments, but
I'm a big Florida Gators fan, and so I may have told you this story the other night when we were testing out this thing, but my wife and I were like, we're going to do a shot for every time Florida scores, and I think she might have did one. And the next thing I know, I'm passed out in the fourth quarter, and she's been sipping on Pepsi for a minute. She set me up.
what they end up doing?
Oh man, like 36-3. Finally back to the way it should be.
Yeah. Is that my homie right there?
Maybe. Let's see. Was my screen this dark the other night when we were playing with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
MoneyRun.
You like the decorations behind me here?
What do you got? Some festive fall activity going on?
No, what's behind my head? Can you see it?
Oh shit! What am I looking? Oh shit! There it is. Yeah, baby. Appreciate that.
I was going to wear one. I was like, well, I can't wear both of them, so I had to pull out the old Mike Rich T-shirt.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I appreciate. Got a new design on tonight.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Especially when you posted that about your secret word. It looks like a Wawa is a thing in Orlando, Florida. So not just Yankees, but Southern Yankees can enjoy it as well.
Oh no shit. Yeah, they're kind of. I guess they're making more than a regional thing anymore. But yeah, man, that's the coffee crack around here is that Wawa.
I don't drink coffee. I cannot stand the taste.
No
If
shit.
I like it, I had to put so much stuff in it that I might as well just drink cream and sugar.
No shit. So
Yeah,
what do you do?
Mountain Dew, man, that's my Achilles heel.
Yeah, like Skip Bayless.
Yeah, I'm digging that the laced up design. That hat is fire though.
Yo, man. Yeah, man. I got the fucking, excuse my language, but got a whole run of these hats done too. So got them, snapback style. Got the trucker style. Got the dad hats. So I was thinking I'd give it a hat and a tee out. You know.
Live live on IG right now, letting everybody know that we're live on YouTube. In case they don't have the address, it's youtube.com/letter C/ all these kids. Can you see that on your screen?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
I love that. I think that's better than a lot of the other ones do it.
That's badass, man. Yo, you know what I've been watching
What's that?
like crazy all week? They've been having NBA TV. They ran like all the dunk contests for like from '84 on, just straight marathon style. I saw a bunch of MJ playoff games. They played flu game. Watched that game in entirety. Then I watched '98. I watched game 6 and 7 in entirety. That shit was not, just so nostalgic. You know what I mean?
Well, the guys from our era kind of ruined the dunk contest because what can be done today that really wasn't done then?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to watch a couple. I knew which ones to watch. You know what I mean? The only the only one I like in recent years was Aaron Gordon and Larry Nance.
I think Earth posted or something the other day. You may not have posted it, may have just sent it to me, and it was like
That's crazy.
an old school Charlotte Hornets pullover, and it was like everybody had these for some reason, and
Oh, like the starter jackets.
yeah, well, because of Larry Johnson, grandma man,
Oh man, I remember that shit. That was high school for me. And
Alonzo.
oh my god, all the girls had the Charlotte shit.
Yep,
All the girls had the Charlotte starters. I remember
and
I had a dope ass Atlanta Falcons starter that was like the first one that they ever made. That like the logo was like suede. That shit was dope. That shit was fucking dope. I wasn't even an Atlanta Falcons fan, dude. And this is before Mike Vick or any of them. I don't even know who the hell they had back then in the mid '90s. But they had that jacket was dope as hell. I'll tell you the story behind that.
the chalk line stuff from that day, and the stuff that had like the wild zigzag colors. That was the things that I was really digging in the East Bay catalog.
Yeah, see, even back then, with me in that jacket, that shit was just straight black with like some red highlights. You know what I mean? So I couldn't do a whole lot of, dude, the story, check this out. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I was walking to school. I would walk to school about a mile every day. And walking to school with my homie. And sometimes we'd smoke blunts on the way to school or whatever we would do. Man, we were, you know, out of control. But I'm looking in the middle of the street and I see something in the middle of the freaking street. And it was just, it was like it wasn't even a wallet, but it was like a carrier case and it was just full of cash.
Oh God.
No ID, no nothing in it. Just like $300, 300-400 bucks. I remember. But when you're like 15, you're like, oh shit.
I'm loaded.
So, dude, first thing I did, man, I went and I bought that fucking Atlanta Falcons starter jacket, and that money was gone. Those motherfuckers were expensive back then.
Um, I still have one of my, well, it's my wife's now, the old school starter jersey from the Florida Gators back in like the Danny Werfel days. So 90, 94, 95. And we went to Neyland, and even a UT fan saw that starter jersey and he had to give her props on it.
Yeah, man, that shit was the heat back in the day, dude.
Of course, now, the University of Florida has a different sponsor. This guy named Jordan, he sponsors them, puts his little Jumpman thing on there. I don't know what that's about, but I hear he only messes with greatness. That's what I'm told.
Man, I've been watching. I can never get enough, dude. I've been watching MJ YouTube shit for the last 2 days straight. Like, I just get these little I'll get these little like binges, and I'll watch MJ shit for 3 days straight, and then
I like watching the fights that he's had over the years. People never talk about that, but he swung a few times. He ain't always just been the smiling guy.
Oh no, dude, he was the most ruthless motherfucker of all time, dude.
Yeah.
Like, ruthless.
Who dat?
Yo,
Who dat?
what's that?
What up?
What's going on with you? Got that good problem to have, late customers.
Man, aggravating. Dude just wanted to come show me his motorcycle, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's nice. I don't ride bikes.
You're like, hurry up and buy.
Right. Everybody good? What's good,
Yeah, man.
folks?
What up,
Trying-
man? What up?
Chilly, man.
So happy to see both of you right now at the same time, man. Fucking
Right?
homies, man. You guys show me more love than I can't. I couldn't even be grateful enough, and then to link up with you guys at the same time, have a little chit chat, man. This is great.
So,
man, you doing good stuff, bro, man, and sometimes you gotta just reach out there and like, I think when I first hit you up, bro, I was just like, man, your shit fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the same business, but I respect, what you got going on, and the way that you went about doing it is solid. You're taking the right approach to it, man, and I see big things in your future, bro. You're in a good niche, and you're doing it the right way.
Bro, I so appreciate that. I'm so humble, so grateful. Like, I got a long ways to go, but it's like those early supporters like you guys and a bunch of other people that, tell me the same kind of stuff, man, that just make it the grind worth it. Because that's one thing. I didn't know the grind was going to be, you know what I mean?
Come on in, bro. Good, man. Chilling, man. Did you get that flyer I sent you? I got it.
You guys make it worth it.
Okay. Look, group chat.
Dude, I'll treat like every order I get, dude. I treat it like it's my first customer. You know what I mean? And
right.
And that's what it's all about, dude. Like the interaction that you get with people, because it's not. They'll hit you up too, and they'll be like, they'll DM you and yo, appreciate what you're doing, man. This shit is hot. I appreciate. I'm gonna jump on board and check something out, dude. And I can't say like, look at me, dude. I'm 3 months into this shit. 4 months into this shit, you know what I mean? I'm gaining one follower at a time and just being grateful for every single one of them. But the conversations you have with these people are what it's all about, Because then you just start chit-chatting, you start chit-chatting about this and that. These are conversations you're not going to have with your homeboys unless, nobody in my circle is like a sneakerhead like me, you know what I mean? So you can't go and talk in detail about shit that, you really got a lot of passion about. But shit, dude, I could do it all day long with you guys and the people.
Definitely.
So it's crazy. It's a lot of fun, man. It makes it fun.
Well, before we get too deep into this, let's take a little time, and I want each of y'all to plug yourself and tell everybody just a little bit about what you do. And since MoneyRun's kind of the OG in the business, we're gonna let him start it off.
Yeah, OG, man, that's funny, OG. Now, I mean, I'm LA. I got a clothing brand, MoneyRun Clothing. I also got a little small T-shirt shop here in Gainesville, Florida. T-shirts custom. On both. Both of them on my Instagram. I kind of got into clothing. Doing the custom stuff first, and then learn more about it, doing stuff for other people. Then you kind of want to do stuff for yourself. So that's kind of how I got into MoneyRun Clothing. It's always been a passion. Fashion is one of those things that you wear clothes every day. You got to put on something. You can go out and spend a lot of money supporting somebody else's pocket, or you could give it a shot for yourself. That's kind of how I got into what it is that I do. Thanks to people like you, Soul Salvation, and your boy Alias and E Money. Kind of got into that sneaker culture, and that has helped me grow. To kind of spread the word about the brand, and that leads us to where we are. And that's kind of how I found out about beaters, in that same niche. Some of the things I followed, I just kept seeing little posts, and I was like, man, I got to reach out to Buddy and caught some of his gear because I thought it was fire. So that's where we at.
And the other night when he and I were kind of messing with this and working out the kinks before we tried to go live, we talked about it. And some people would look at y'all two talking to each other like competition. And I said to him, and he agreed, it's not competition. It's there's room for everybody to eat. I mean, it don't have to be a hateful thing like I'm doing this better, I'm doing this better, because
Oh
none of
yeah,
us are going to make anything of what we're doing if we don't work together on it.
hell yeah, man.
That's true.
That's what it's all about right there. Like because he's doing something totally different. He's doing something totally different. He's doing something totally different, and it's all love, man. You know, it's all love. We're all being creative. We're all putting, something out there, especially the ones of us that it's based off of passion, and when we show each other love, man, that's just about growing and building right there, dude.
So go ahead now that you've got the floor, Beaters, and just tell everybody where to find you on the social media and kind of what you're about.
All right, Beaters Apparel, Beaters OG1 Apparel at on Instagram. Uh, Post there and pretty much don't do too much at Facebook. I got a Facebook page, Beaters Apparel, but you find me basically on Instagram posting. Um, BeatersOnline.com is where you can shop. And we're always running deals, always running specials. I'm just trying to fucking get the shirt and
But
the hoodies on people's backs.
I'm basically gonna clear like my whole schedule right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want people to check it out, man. Quality garments, dude. Quality materials, and it's about being a lifetime customer and a lifetime a family, with the Beaters concept. You know what I mean? I don't want you to say, "Oh, that's a cool design." Pick up a shirt, you get it in your house, and the thing's a fucking piece of crap. You know what I mean? Shitty fucking quality, and you wear it once and you never buy from me again, dude.
Right.
I want something that you can wear every day if you wanted to wear it every day because you like rocking these kicks every day. And I don't care if you fucking, wear it 5 days in a row because it's about a love for the sneakerhead culture, pretty much, dude. I'm trying to find a way to try to put that on a shirt. My
Right.
love for what I do and my love for my collection and my love for other people's collections and just my love for the shoe game, dude. Just I'm trying to embody that on a single shirt if it's possible, and represent that. So
Okay.
if that makes any sense,
Oh, of course it
where
does.
I'm coming from.
I think I made some people throw up in their mouth when I took that picture of me wearing your Menace to Society shirt
Oh, those
and
fuck up.
bending up those Noels.
Yeah,
But I
yeah, you
mean,
bent them bitches right in half.
some people take it way too seriously. Like it's leather. It's just a leather shoe. It's not your child.
Right.
Even though they cost as much as newborn babies sometimes, but that's beside the point.
And you know what, dude? If it's your baby, dude, treat it like your baby. That shoe don't want to sit in a box in your closet, man. That shoe wants to fucking live, man. Go hit the fucking concrete with that shit. That's how I
Okay.
see it, dude. Like, let them live, man. I see every sneaker, especially like my Grails and shit, the ones that I just always love. I see them as like living beings, man. You know what I mean? They want to go out and you know, ball or just go out and fucking chill at the bar. They want to go out and freaking, hit a couple curbs or ride a skateboard or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't
So
know.
what Money Run? What really drove you to say, okay, I'm going to stop talking about this. I'm going to stop thinking about this. I'm actually going to make a shirt. What was that driving force to make you actually try to get your dreams into the reality world?
I guess, like I said, it kind of boils down to, you know, every time, like you go to the store, like I say, Jay's drop. You know what I'm saying? You go to the store, Uncle Ace drop. Jordan's gonna give you like 3 shirts to go with that one pair of shoes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's a hot shoe, so everybody's got it. What they're gonna do? They're gonna buy those 3 shirts. So everywhere you go, anybody that brought that shoe, everybody looks exactly the same.
Yep.
So it kind of loses the individuality
I love that.
of it. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is like I love sneakers, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I wanna be able to wear something that everybody else ain't wearing. So I started thinking like, dang, what if I put this on there? You know what I'm saying? And what if I put that? And I wonder if this person will like that. And then, that kind of sparked my desire to do, my own thing. the actual money run, it's been I guess it's been kind of a process. Like, I had a couple different things that didn't really stick. Like, one was fame rated, but it was like the word fame over the word rated. Like, fame is overrated.
Right. Okay.
And I still like that saying, but then I started thinking like, well, if I just get a brand, I could put whatever I want on the shirts under that umbrella, like the one that you got, the Bank Over Rank. It's
Yeah.
still a money run shirt, but it has like that saying. So it was just one of those things like, I ain't finna go buy a $30, $40 shirt when I can make the same thing for a fraction of the price. You know what I'm saying? You get one or two wears out of it. The neck's out around, the color fades. Like, I can make my own shirts. I can wear a brand new shirt every time I step out the door for the price I pay for one or two shirts to match one or two shoes. And it just kind of been that passion. Like, man, and once it started taking off, I just got more ideas and just like thinking of more things to be creative with. And I mean, I've really only been doing it for like a year, man. So everything you've seen has just been like spur of the moment, let's get it.
Well, that's one thing that I really liked when you and I first started chopping it up, and I said the same thing to Beaters the other night. I like that y'all shirts aren't just blaringly a Jordan 4 shirt. Just it doesn't have to have
Right,
Jordan 4. It's just the colorway. It can have, the fuck you pay me or anything else like that. Menace to Society or Verified Beaters. I wore that to a banquet last night under my button up shirt. The first freaking chance I got, I took that button up off. But it's just, the colorway. It doesn't have to be a blaring, obvious, I got this to match this shoe. And
right,
and another thing that I talked to Beaters about the other night was that I did spend some money. The reason that I prefer to mess with guys like you is I spent some money and bought a T-shirt to match the Jordan 12 International Flight. That was my favorite drop last year, and it
mm-hmm,
wasn't even that great of a shirt. I mean, navy blue writing that says, "One thing's for certain, they'll love you when you're dead." And
right,
after one washing, it doesn't look navy anymore. The navy looks gray. Beyond that, the shirt, y'all shirts, I don't know if it's just an accident or whatever, but y'all's like the softness of these t-shirts. Mike Rich's shirt could learn something from it because these two shirts right here
right,
are. And beyond that, that foil shirt that I got from you to match those camo fives that everybody slept on,
right.
I've washed and dried it 50 times and it's still just as good. Where that $50
That's
t-shirt,
what's up.
$45 t-shirt is all jacked up.
The one thing about it, I mean, and I can't speak for Beaters, but it's probably the same things. Like, it was a process to get to kind of where we are. Like, man, I've watched YouTube video after YouTube video, T-shirt business after T-shirt. I mean, I've could recite some of these guys because I watched it over and over and over. And a lot of it was, do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. And then when you start hearing the same thing over and over, and then you're seeing these people making quality stuff, that's like, okay, well, that's the route I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're giving
we
yourself
could definitely,
education, basically. You're
you could go down and get you a Gildan shirt from Walmart, but you already know what's going to happen after you wash it 2 or 3 times. With or without your logo on there, it's going to shrink, it's going to come, the color's going to fade. So you got to spend a little bit more money on your product to get a better product. You know what I'm saying?
You get that trial and error. You kind of educate.
Oh, yeah.
Start learning shit. And if you care about quality and you care about putting out a quality item, then you're going to take all the steps that you got to take to make sure that your shit is not only dope in design, and dope in concept, but dope in quality. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But that's all part of the learning curve. I made mad mistakes at first, and I'm still learning. Like, for real. I'm not as far into it as you are, but man, I mean, I'm still learning, but every day. But this shit ain't boring to me. I'll, like you said, watching shit, reading shit all day, every day, man. Just trying to like improve. And
Even me as a customizer, I promise you, I can close my eyes and hear that Rejuvenator Vic Almighty, that jingle in my head, because that's what got me in this game. I wanted the 14 Ferraris, but I didn't want to pay that price. So I bought beaters. I watched Vic until I figured that I could do what he was doing. I bought the stuff and I did it and posted pictures like, hey, I did it. And then dude's like, well, I'm going to give you 3 times what you paid for it. And I said, yes, you are. And then I bought another pair and I did it again and I sold them again. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's something to this.
Right.
and it's doing something you like freaking doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta
That
like what you do.
I think that's the key. You gotta like doing it, or one or two things. You're not gonna continue to do it, or you're not gonna continue to do it good. Like you gotta enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I think that's the most important thing. Like, yeah, you may be good at it, but if you don't like doing it, you ain't gonna do it, for free or you know,
It's
not
therapeutic
for
though.
long.
It's kind of like, I've lost business because somebody says, "Okay, this is what I want. What's your price?" And I tell them, and then they're like, "Well, Serato wanted, $800." Okay, but that's how he makes his living. I'm a teacher and
Right,
a nurse. This is not. I could stop doing shoes today, and I'm still going to eat. It's something I like to
right,
do, and if you can get paid for something that you really like to do, that's cool. And also, if you can use that money to separate from the family money, that's a big plus too. And
oh yeah,
so that's the thing. And I wish more people would take the approach that y'all have taken, that I've taken, is you watch other people, you see what works and see what doesn't work. Because so many people, how many shoes did I do before I did somebody else's shoes? A crap ton of buying beaters, buying
mm,
stuff from the Goodwill and jacking it way up and saying, okay, I won't do that no more. But a lot of people will watch a video and then charge somebody $300, and it's just, trash can water when you get it back. And there's some things that
or
you can't fix.
mess up some teal fours and send them.
I don't know nothing about that, man. I've never slaved and worked on something my entire life that was so frustrating.
what's that story?
Oh my God. The murder fours, man. And I consistently say this. I'm not throwing shade on the dude that did these shoes before me. I feel like he did the best he could do. I feel like he wasn't trying to do Lonnie dirty, but it just didn't turn
There
out
you
quite
go.
like he had it.
The murder fours.
Word.
They look a lot different than they did when I opened that box.
Yes, sir. They do. You did an awesome job to it, man. I appreciate you being patient with that too, man.
Well, you're the one that had to wait 6 years for me to get them back to you.
Hey, I would look. It wasn't. It would. Trust me. It was worth the wait.
Yeah, those are
It
dope.
was worth the
Speaking of waiting, I don't know if y'all see this, but I'm gonna put it up big. He's sending subliminal messages right here. I'm working on a pair of Jordan 1s I'm calling the Pandas, and looking at them inside, they're all white and black, but when the UV light hits them, things start popping out.
Oh shit.
But I think he's good with waiting a minute because I'm going to break the internet when these things finally go live.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's been that aha moment for each of y'all? Like when you started going, I know you're nervous, and I've already talked to beaters, and I'm sure, Lonnie, that you've sacrificed a lot to get T-Sirs going, to get MoneyRun going. When or has there been a time when you're like, okay, this might work?
I guess it would be one of those days like, you know, you got a Shopify store and somebody actually you don't know orders something from you sight unseen, haven't talked to you, and you get an order for someone based on like that was like, wait a minute, I got the store up, it's been up for months, nobody's ordering, it's kind of just a bill. And then like when someone from California, puts in an order and then they order again and they order again, and it's like, well, they got it. I ain't got no bad reviews and they're reordering. Maybe I'm onto something
Right.
because there's a lot of people making clothes between Florida and California they could have purchased from.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like, dang, well let's go. So that was probably my aha moment. When I first started getting orders from people that I'm not like, hey man, I got clothes, want to buy something?
Yeah.
You know, they never seen it, they don't know me, we haven't had a conversation, but they took a chance on ordering something at full price, and that's when it was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's what makes me most like nervous because I want to hear feedback from customers. You know what I mean? And often I'll get it just through Instagram or whatever. But sometimes you get an order from a complete stranger. You send it out. You don't hear anything back, and that's like regular commerce. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I mean that's normal. You don't hear anything back. Everything went well.
Well,
Right.
but furthermore, isn't a return customer one of the best compliments that you can get?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Um,
Definitely.
And that's the thing. Like Money Run, you were one of the first people that I kind of teamed up with when I didn't even have an Instagram page when Mike Rich unboxed those uh, customs that I did for him. I was selling stuff on Poshmark and eBay. I was buying beaters and fixing them, and he was like, "Man, I don't want to put your stuff out there, but people are asking." So I had to quick make an Instagram page, and
I'm
then
Right.
surprised you didn't already have an Instagram page.
no, I did not have an Instagram page. I didn't have anything, and so I started messing with Lonnie, and I'm like, okay, well, let's do this, and because I'm building a YouTube following that's kind of stale right now, but I didn't do YouTube to get money. I did YouTube so me and my kids could do it together. But I've bought as much from Lonnie as he's given me, and the same with beaters. I shouted him out, and he said, "I'm gonna send you something," and I was like, "I don't want it," and he said, "Take my shit." So I was like, "Okay, here's my address."
Okay.
But
Love, man. Love.
and people that I don't even know, like Chaotic Kicks, I don't really even know him like that. We've talked a few times, but because other people like Alias and people that I do rock with, if they vouch for him, I'm good with it. And so I'll shout him out and try to get him some subs and some follows. And Alias just hit 1K, and that's killer for him.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's the thing, like,
I'm gonna step away for 1 second.
uh,
I'm not going anywhere.
but that's why I don't care to shout somebody else out because one, I'm not making a freaking dime on Instagram. I'm not making a dime on YouTube. Uh, but if you get one or two extra followers just because I said something, I think that's pretty cool.
Like I said to you, man, at this point early, and I'll maintain this, but I swear, every single person, you know what I mean? You follow me, I'm checking you out. I'll probably follow you back. I'm gonna message you, see what's up. I'm gonna look at your whole freaking page. Like I want to know who all like my followers are. If you like what I'm doing, dude, I'm like grateful. I'm humble. I'm grateful. And if you happen to place an order with me, I want to take care of you like you are my family. You know what I mean? And that's what it means more than anything. I've been in hospitality most of my life, so taking care of people is just a second nature. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I treat you the same way, like you're a guest at a hotel or a guest at a restaurant. You're spending your hard-earned money to put a shirt on your back or a hat on your head that like I designed, dude. That's like amazing to me, especially since I'm so early in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 4 months in, just a few hundred, followers, and a handful of orders, and just you know, especially the first handful of orders. Those were the ones that I was like, wow,
So do
you're like
you
buying my stuff right now. You know what I mean? And it's really, really cool. I
what
just want
what have you had to sacrifice to get beaters off the ground? What have you had to do other than time?
time. Time is like everything. I mean, you have to invest in every single way, dude, just to give yourself any sliver of a chance. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I came up with the concept. I mean, I've always been doing creative things. I used to make music. I used to produce music, write music.
Me too, believe it or not.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, white boy from Tennessee. I had two rap CDs out back in the day.
no shit.
Yes, sir.
We might have a little more in common than you think, man. We might have to trade some tracks.
Yep.
Yo, dude.
I got a good producer in mind, man. Mike Rich's kid, Ayo Jari. He's in the lab cooking fire. He's going to make some beats. I fully expect to hear Jari on the track on somebody's
That's
club
dope,
banger
dude.
sometime.
Well, me and you were pretty close to the same age, so when we were probably doing it was before YouTube
Yep.
and before like what I mean, when you made CDs and shit, not just uploading songs.
I mean, when I was doing it was the early 2000s, and we had MySpace where I can make a music page and people would share it that way. But uh, really, it was word of mouth, and then I got cocky and entered a Sirius XM thing and won it,
Oh, no
and
shit.
and then that kind of fell off. But my thing was, some people call it hip hop, some people call it redneck rap, and
Yeah.
it's things like big. This guy named Big Smo has done shows with me at a place called the
No,
Bangham Community
he is.
Center,
I saw
and the
him on.
next thing I know, this dude's got a TV show.
Yeah, I saw him on First time I saw him was on like Bar Rescue or some shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
me and my wife will be in Walmart in the egg section, and somebody be like, "Hey, ain't you the L Town Outlaw?" I'm like, "Well, I used to be. Now I'm the L Town Daddy." You know,
No,
I
yeah.
don't,
Well, that's what does it too. Kids, man. Kids kind of change the landscape. You know.
Sorry about that. Late
No,
night.
welcome back.
Hey,
So yeah, from there,
I'm
dude.
back in the
I don't know.
production area now.
Bunch of e-commerce shit going on because I knew early like that. Yo, a global market. You know what I mean? Is the future and how to make money. So I
right?
always try to like keep something in the back of my head. I'm like, let me try this, let me try that. And I tried a couple things um, in um, in like clothing, fashion, retail. That a couple concepts I had, probably like they were probably a little ahead of like their time in my opinion on how it worked. I was trying to do shit within a website that probably would have been better with like an app, but this is like before apps and smartphones and shit.
Yeah.
So tried a few things. Life would get in the way and kind of have to go back to grinding at the 9 to 5, and then recently it was just like last few years get my hands on. I do a little sneaker flipping here and there and shit, but I was like, there's money, but there's I don't know. I'm more about like the culture than and just sharing the ideas and sharing the culture and sharing my creativity than just trying to like buy up shoes and flip them. You know what I mean? So it was more of an outlet. Like, okay, I don't make music anymore. You know what I mean? Let
Yeah.
me find a way to do something creative. You know what I mean?
Um,
Surrounding something that I love every day anyway. You know what I mean? And
so
then
Lonnie, we were talking while you were handling your business about what have you sacrificed other than time, because that's a given. What have you had to sacrifice to get MoneyRun just to where you are today? No matter where you see yourself, you are where you are, and so I want people to know what it takes. If you're looking to start a business or be an entrepreneur, what does it take to get sales? I mean, what have you had to give up? What have you lost?
Right. Well, time is a given, but I mean it can't be overlooked though, because I mean that's like
Time is money.
you have to put in you have to well
time is
and a
sacrifice.
lot of times it is hand in hand, because that time is money. Like just think of all the hours, like you gotta, like right now, I mean I've had two people this week ask me like, man, you okay? Hey, Beaters even hit me. I was like, hey bro, I ain't heard from you in a while, you know what I'm saying? And then like one of my coworkers was like, bro, you ain't been posting. And it's like, when you're really dealing with life, and I got my regular 9 to 5, or 10 hour days. Then I get off and I come here, and then like I'm expecting, me and my wife are expecting. So like time is the most valuable thing I have right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if you can't trade it in, you can't buy any more of it. I don't care how much money you got, you still only got 24 hours in a day. And like all mine is really to something. Something has to be done at this time, this time, this time. And oh yeah, you gotta sleep. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, don't forget to eat. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of things fall between, by the wayside. Like there's no team, there's no marketing team, there's not my I don't have like a team of influencers, I don't have like a team of photographers, I don't have like
And you
my
got
marketers. It's all me. So
likewise.
is that's where I say when you sacrifice,
Think about
it's
that.
around the clock. In order to be successful, like you have to do it
Have to
every
do
day,
it.
all day.
And
And if you ain't doing it, it don't get done. So that's the bottom line is that time, man.
I fully agree, and I'm fully in the same boat. And like I said, you're a little further ahead in the process than I am, and I'm grinding just as hard. But I embrace all that shit. I embrace wearing 10 hats.
You
I
got to
embrace
embrace your struggle
out.
for real.
Hell yeah, because down the line when it pays off, you know you can look back and be humble and grateful and appreciate the grind you went through. You know,
That's true.
and that's pretty much where we're at.
Well, it's odd us all doing different things, but are kind of the same because when I was working, oh, cool. So Uh, check that out. We got some
Appreciate
new
that.
some fresh
Thank you
blood.
very much. Mayo Tuck.
You got to check them out, by the way. The shoe collection over there makes me gag. It's nothing but heat. It's nothing but heat. But I'm working, coming home, and as soon as I walk through the door, if I'm not feeding a baby, changing a diaper, I probably got a paintbrush in my hand or an airbrush in my hand,
Yeah.
or in Lonnie's case, 50-gallon drum of acetone, trying to get this stuff back
Right.
right. But have y'all? I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Have y'all caught any flack from the significant others on the time that you spent in the lab?
Yeah. Oh shit, my phone's dying. Don't do this to me.
Oh,
It's been a long few months. Yeah.
oh, it literally died. Look, it fell. It's belly up.
I started this thing in a relationship, and I'm not in a relationship right now.
My wife is, first of all, she kind of likes it. I never post a picture. I never fully release a shoe or a concept without her approval because I really don't have a sense of style, and I don't have much of, like, she loved the T Ward shoes. That's her favorite custom I've ever done, and to me, it was way too much. It was way too wild. But I get her opinion that it's more than just I put a swoosh on backwards or did something like that, because that's been done to death. But I've had her painting on stuff while one of the kids was acetoning something,
That's
and,
no joke, man.
and another kid was doing this, and we did well. I say we. I don't think I even touched this shoe, and honest to God, I wish I'd have kept them. But what are they called? What were they called, Jamie? Those 12s, the blue. I had a brain fart and I cannot remember the name. Gamma blue. Man, they were so beat when I got them, and Jamie's watched me do it enough, and honestly, a woman could take right off with sneaker customizing because they got acetone and they can paint a straight line. So her and my 10-year-old and my 7-year-old at the time was in the kitchen putting in work, and they brought me back a Gamma midsole that was like dead stock, and I put them on Poshmark, and I don't think they were
Yep.
up 24 hours.
Nice, man. That's
And
future.
I think I told you this the other night. I got in trouble because I see what people like Mayo have, and but he's a young man from Alabama and not married yet. He's in a relationship, but uh, and I see people like Mike Rich, and for some reason you think that you've got to have what they have, and you got to have it now. But the fact of the matter is that Mike Rich has been grinding and grinding and grinding for years to
Right.
get them shoes, and he was doing it when he didn't have a wife and he didn't have kids and he didn't have responsibilities. And I, honest to God, swear it became an addiction to me because I would buy a shoe that I didn't really want. I didn't really even care if I had it or not, but it was like, oh snap, that was cheap. I'm getting
Gotta
that.
do it. Gotta do it. Boom, boom.
And
What's the next one?
so then that puts me in a hazardous situation. Um, with my wife. And there was a time, and I'm gonna be honest about it because I hope that somebody out there that might watch this live can learn from me and may pay attention because the shit is real. When your wife calls you and her voice is cracking because you've either damn near or you have overdrafted the bank account and she needs to go buy
Hey,
formula to take to the babysitter. Hey, welcome back, man. I'm getting deep on my screw ups. Uh, that's a thing, and luckily, she smacked me around enough emotionally to make me realize what I was doing and make me freaking stop it. And so uh, we went and literally got a brand new checking banking account that I'm not even on. I don't have a debit card for her bank account or our bank account. I bought a prepaid Visa card. If I want to put money on it, she cash apps me the money. And she didn't want it that way. She didn't like it that way, but that's the way it had to be to get a hold of myself. Um, let's see what Mayo's talking about, what his girl said about it. Yeah, and that's important. And Jamie cut me a lot of slack, but I mean, it ain't like she jumped on me the first pair of shoes I bought. And I'm not saying this because she's sitting here looking at me with a pistol, but uh, I mean, it literally came to the point where I mean, we're wasting money on overdraft fees because I'm buying stupid shit. But um, the saving grace, I think, in her eyes for me is that there's been more than once where I've been able to sell a shoe and give her the money when we needed it.
Exactly. Yep.
But man, I
Dude.
haven't. I want all this stuff, but I'm not about doing it because I mean, I could lose all my shoes today and slowly rebuild my collection, but I'll never replace Jamie. You know, it's just like the time that y'all have put in, that time is gone now. You can't get it back. So if you're not doing something worthwhile with it, then you need to check yourself.
Yep.
True that.
And especially you, bro. Lonnie, you got that little girl coming, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Congrats.
I that's why I'm grinding so hard now, man, because I know it's gonna be a time when that I have to come to a standstill. You know, what I mean, it's
Man, congrats.
life.
When do you
You
do?
know, this I work a regular. I work for a tissue bank.
No, I'm saying when
In
do you guys do with
in
the
the area. I didn't hear you.
when's the baby due?
Oh, you said when did she do?
Yeah. Yeah. When's
January 2nd.
okay, boom. Happy New Year.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You're gonna be you're gonna be in the
yeah.
hospital on
My
New Year's.
phone died on me, so I had to pull out the laptop.
Um, man, I'm gonna
I
tell
got
you, there
a
ain't nothing.
serious delay.
Is this your first child?
It's complicated.
Okay, okay. Well, I can expound on that. I went to bed on July 24th, 2015 without any kids, and I went to bed July 25th, 2015 with three. And but
Ah,
I've never referred to them as my stepkids. Anytime I'm talking about the kids, you know, my boys, I have six boys because they are mine. And
Woo!
yeah,
I don't treat I don't treat the last three any different than the first three because they aren't different, and we're not half brothers. We're not step brothers. We're just brothers. We're not a step family. We're just family. I don't allow that kind of that's bull. But luckily, the boys were young enough that when their mother and I got together, we've asked them. They don't remember the time that I wasn't there. Uh,
right,
so yeah, I get when you say it's complicated, man. I get that, but um, the only advice I can give you, and it may not even be news to you, but when that kid gets here, you need to sleep when she's asleep. And you and your lady, she's going to be thinking, man, this house is a wreck. I need to do laundry, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Nope. For the first couple weeks, every
Yeah.
nap that kid takes, you better be taking one too.
Yeah, that's the
I heard that. I mean, like I said, I've raised kids from infant up, but this is my wife's first child, so it's gonna be, I'm
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of like the things that she's going through. I'm like, yeah, been there, know about that. It doesn't get better; it gets worse before it gets better. So, we just hit that third trimester, and it's about to get fun if there's a thing. But I definitely understand. Like I've been there. When they sleep, everybody sleep.
Yep.
You know.
Um,
Yeah.
well, Jamie, you know, it was kind of an issue with us when Liam, my first biological child, was born. In her mind, I should already know what to do, but in my mind, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I don't know, and I read books, and I still don't know. And I'm like, baby, you just got to tell me like I'm stupid. You just got to tell me what you need me to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I don't know what I'm doing. And so she even said when the next one came, it was much different because I kind of already had a feel for the fundamentals of how it was supposed to go. January 3rd. That's Earth One's birthday.
oh,
Yeah,
he's gone again, huh?
yeah.
Hmm. Let me just take this second to say, hey, don't forget I'm from Jersey. So I sit here in conversation with you, dropping lots of f bombs and stuff, man. That's just the Jersey in me. I'm not frustrated or nothing. Everything's all
Oh no.
good.
No, I get it. Uh, People hear my accent and think I'm stupid. They hear northern accent and think automatically you're brash.
Right. Yeah. Or some.
Um,
I don't know. I figured just in case you got some listeners down in your area and you guys are both from down there, I know I sound a real Jersey right now. You know, it's just kind of excitement and having a good time. So
yeah,
good,
no, I
good to
think
hear a lot
everybody
of
does.
f bombs.
Well, I'm teaching a class and trying to make them understand. You know, a lot of people around here who calls everybody honey or sweetie or babe, and there's no disrespect in it. It's just kind of a colloquialism. But some people who I don't, y'all don't do that in Jersey, do you? Like,
I
does
mean, you don't hear it left and right like you would. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm that type of guy. I just kind of talk to everybody on the street in the same way. You know, hey love. Oh, thank you, my friend. You know what I mean? Blah blah
yeah,
blah. But yeah. I mean, but you can't catch me with a beverage talking, shooting the shit with a couple dudes without hearing some f bombs. So
well, I mean, it's just that word is an adjective, a
filtered out there.
noun, a verb. It is a multitasking word.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, let me say this now too, in case anybody's interested. I want to give one of these teas out.
Uh oh,
All right.
one of the new designs.
Yeah, this one right here, the laced beaters apparel.
Who has one other than you?
Nobody.
Uh oh, am I eligible to win?
I just posted on. I just posted it like 5 minutes before we went live
Yep.
as a product and as a post on my Instagram. So basically, yeah, just go on my Instagram, Beaters OG1 Apparel. Give me a follow. I don't care if you follow me or not, actually, but just DM me YouTube or something. DM me trashed or something. You know what I mean? Just so I know that you heard it here on YouTube with Soul Salvation and Money Run and me. And and I'll pick someone randomly and get their information and send it to you. So that's just something cool for
Uh,
your your subscribers. They kind of try to put something on these guys, on me. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll throw the hat and tee combo. So Beaters OG1 Apparel. Just message me, or you
oh,
know what? My most recent post, I just posted this shirt with a hat as a post. So just like it or comment like anything, and I'll pick somebody. So
let me share that to my story.
yeah, do that.
Uh,
That's the thing. Like anytime we do something cool like this, we get together. I just want to do something promotional, just to say, hey, to any new interests, or new fans, or new followers, or anything. Like, hey, we do lots of giveaways. I got one of my he might have been my first or second customer. This guy JM Warren Daly. That's his Instagram. This dude, he caught my eye so fast, I didn't even know who he was, and I DM'd him and I followed him and I said, hey, I just started this brand, but you're like exactly what my brand's about.
yeah,
This dude just he picked he picks a shoe and he like wears it 365 for a year straight and documents the wear and tear of this pair of beaters, from crispy out the box all the way to last day of the year.
that's pretty cool.
Really cool, man. And he's like we said, repeat customers. I mean, I've sent him shit, but he buys man shit too. So I mean, he's one of my truest OG, road dogs, ride or die right there. JM
Uh,
Warren Daly is a really cool dude. Yeah, but where I was going with that is I ran my first shoe giveaway, right?
mhm.
So funny. I ran my first shoe giveaway, trying to do anything promotional to get my first little activity, get my first followers, whatever I can do. And this dude, he was probably my first follower. He ended up winning this random my random shoe giveaway. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? I'm trying to like gain new followers and like
Yeah.
give these shoes to somebody new. And of all the people entered this contest, like I don't know, 100 something people. Just by chance, he happened to win this thing. I'm like, you can't get enough free stuff from me, can you? But yeah, he's
uh,
cool as hell. Shout out to JM Warren Daly. That's my homie. But I was like, yo, this, because I'm legit and I'm random, and I did a random number selector and all that shit, and I showed it live on my story and all that shit, my number generator. And man, just to think that this dude, like, he's like my number one dude.
yeah.
Probably people thought it was like a scam or some shit, but it wasn't. It was straight legit. So no more free shit for him for a while.
Yeah. He's on the blacklist for a minute.
Yeah,
Um,
he spends good money, man. I love him a lot, and there's a few guys on my list that like if I come out with something new or like a new design or a new something, like I'll shoot it to them first. Either I'll put it in the mailbox and send it to them. Say, hey, check this out. This isn't even released yet. You know what I mean? Like, check this. Let me know what you think, just to show love to people
right.
that have shown me love. Or I'll DM somebody that I value their opinion. And I'm like, hey, I got this new design coming out. What do you think? Is this cool? Yes, no, whatever, dude. I appreciate my followers and my customers. I appreciate their feedback. I want to create stuff that they actually like. So I'll incorporate you. You know what I mean? If we chat here and there, you know what I mean, and we keep
Yeah.
in touch, like it's important to me to know what you think. So I'll hit you up like, hey, what do you think of this? Because these are the real sneakerheads. You know what I mean? There's nobody following me that's just like from my friends list. You know
Right.
what I mean? They're all sneakerheads, organic. Like most people, like in my, like say from my Facebook followers and my personal, followings, my personal accounts. I didn't blast my personal account saying, hey, I got a sneakerhead, apparel brand, come follow me. I didn't want any of those people knowing anything. I wanted to grow organically, just sneakerheads, whoever I can find. You know what I mean?
And that was kind of the thing that happened with me and you is, I mean, we followed each other, but it wasn't until I catered to your basketball team that I think
Yeah,
you just you shared it, and I was like, oh shit, making
yeah,
waves out here.
yeah. I saw those. I was like, damn, those are dope. Yeah,
I
man.
I used to think that mine were better than the OG Jordan 1 Celtics that came out until I actually saw theirs and how they had the parquet floor in the,
Yeah,
oh man. And I kind of thought about doing that. It was between doing the Shamrock on the toe box or the parquet floor, and I'm like, well,
yeah,
I don't think I can do the parquet justice because that's such a symbolic part of the Boston culture. So I better get away from that because I know I can do a Shamrock. But I learned so much about the Celtics like that I had no idea about. He wanted Red Auerbach's signature on it, so I put that on the tongue patch.
yeah.
Um, Geno time, man. I had no
Oh,
idea what Geno time was, and so I put that down on the side of the shoe, like where Off White puts their air. I put it in quotations, Geno, because if you're a Celtics fan, you about to whoop. The ass has been whooped. It ain't nothing but time for dancing now. So, and that's one thing that I like to do is I will never ever do two shoes the same way. I will never do it. They
that's
might
what
have the same
I'm
colors, but it's not a custom if I do 10 of them, right?
right.
So that dude uh, everybody has patience with me because they realize that I do have 6 kids and I do have a wife and I do have a a 9 to 5. So it might take me a minute, but it's worth the wait if you just
Not only that, man. Like I'll look through your stuff, man, and I like that you give lots of angles, lots of shots because I'll fucking excuse me, but I will examine those things because there's it's almost a story. You're like reading a book. A lot of your ideas and a lot of your customs have multiple like points of interest. You know what I mean? Where you look at this shoe, at this, the heel of this shoe's got this, toe of that shoe's got that, and it's just another, chapter in whatever that custom is. You know what I mean?
I try to really make it personal. Like on Mike Rich's, I put his anniversary date and the birthday of his kids, and T Ward, I put the logo of his high school on there, and
Oh, that's cool. That's real cool.
because it's personal too. You have paid me money that you've worked for, and you want a custom. And if I think custom, I think I'm the only one who's got it, and it needs to have it needs to be personal to you. And so, the pandas are one thing I'm doing for Earth, but these, by the way, Earth, he got to see a sneak peek of the Mopar fours that I'm doing for you, and you didn't even know that I started on them. But yeah, Beaters got to see them the other night, and I'm doing them in a colorway I've never done before. I'm trying to do things different because I kind of got on that kick where even with the Boston, the left shoe's different than the right shoe. It's like a home shoe and an away shoe. And T Ward's, one shoe was red and white camo, and the other one it was black and red camo. Uh, May, I was waiting on the custom. You ain't sent me nothing, man. No deposit, no return. No, sir. You will not be getting any peeks of this shoe. You will have to wait. But I've never had so much trouble taking a back tab off of a shoe. That's how I got this Band-Aid on my thumb. Was trying to get them. And I tapped out the next day. I'm like, look, Jamie, I can't lose any more appendages. You're going to have to get this back tab off. And so I put my nuts back in her purse, and I'll let her get that back tab off of there so I can put something on it.
Sometimes they got the touch, man. You know what I mean?
She had it literally for like 40 seconds. Like, all right, babe.
Yeah, not surprised.
Here you go.
Hey, man, dude. And trust me, I'm on your list, man, because we're gonna do something too. I want to do something for the brand, that's custom and that I can post, and that'll be really, really, really cool. So we'll link up and do something like that one of these days soon.
Like, I like it, and here's what terrifies me is people will send me a shoe and say, I'll be like, what you want on it? And they'll say, no, man, I've seen what you've done. You just do your thing. So
Right.
it's a terrifying thing that you're giving me that much freedom, but also I hate because forever when everybody saw Mike's shoe, everybody wants the off-white custom. Everybody wants it. And I did my favorite legit off-white custom other than Mike's is a pine green that I did from my man Scoop out in Texas. But there's really nothing to that. I cut a vinyl stencil, airbrush, off-white for Nike, Air Jordan 1, Beaverton, Oregon. Um, so when somebody like, Earth sends me a shoe and says, it's a blank canvas, dude, do it. I'm nervous and sick about it because what if my thing, when you get it back in your hand, you're like, what's this horse piss? But so far it's working out for me. And like I said, I never release anything until Jamie says, yeah, that looks all right, because she was like, babe, that looks like, she'll say, that looks like shit right there.
Yeah,
you need to fix that. And
okay.
she
looking
tells
at 'em
me,
right
and
now.
that's worth a lot because then I don't look like an asshole to almost 3,000 followers on IG.
Hold
Um,
that thought.
what? Okay, Mayo. The best 1 and 4. I used to be weird about it and ask people to do the yin yangs, either the white or the black, but now I'm at the point where it really doesn't matter. Oh God, that's gonna murder my soul, Jamie. Mayo wants an Alabama custom. Jamie says it's not allowed, bro. Sorry. She has spoken. Oh, I think Crimson would be.
I think it's bullshit that he even brought it up.
She says it's bullshit that she even brought it up. Man, I got to sleep with this woman. You got to quit it with that. No, everybody knows I'd rather do a Crimson Tide shoe than a Rocky Flop shoe any day. The 13s, yeah, I wish that I could literally do things that I think of, but at this point, a lot of things I want to do aren't a thing yet. I didn't think the UV thing was a thing. And so those Panda 1s are UV reactive. They're glow in the dark. There's a whole bunch of craziness going on the shoe, but what I love about it the most is if you just look at it in the house sitting there, it's a black and white shoe, plain as day. But the minute you go outside, shit starts popping out of everywhere. And if it's been out in the sunlight and you go back inside in a dark room, even more shit starts popping out. So
Nice.
depending on where you are, it's a different shoe every time you wear it, Um, The best 1 and 4 to do a custom on. I'm gonna be real. I hated the shoe as it sat, but the City of Flight Jordan 1 is the base shoe that I had for the Boston Celtics one. That quality of leather far surpasses any other ones that I've worked on. And fours, all of them are good to work on. Even
Shut
I
up.
I did the what are they called? They weren't teal, were they? The teal fours. The murder fours started out as the teal fours. And if I'd have got them dead stock, that'd have been one thing. But this other dude had worked on them, and it just didn't work out. But the freaking leather, that marbled leather on the City of Flight is just beautiful. I will never do another Jordan 1 Phantom again. I don't know if y'all have messed with them, have them in hand, but that doesn't react. That material, I don't know what it is. It does not react like any other material. When I throw acetone, or even if I use the Angelus Preparer and deglazer, it's almost like it's paper. I don't know. I won't do that anymore. There's too much room for error, and if I end up losing money to fix a screw up, then I
Yeah.
my wife's pissed off for one thing, but and
Yeah.
I've wasted my time doing the work. But um, I learned from my mistakes, so I won't do that one again. People have hit me to do Yeezys. I'm not doing Yeezys because why? If I screw up a Jordan 1, I could probably go run to Nashville maybe and replace it. I mean, it's going to hurt, but I could probably do it. I don't have the capital to replace a pair of Yeezys if I screw it up. So, and people are way too crazy about their Yeezy. So I won't do a Yeezy custom. That would be like asking me to paint a shattered backboard. It just ain't gonna happen, bro. Because those shoes are personal, and to me, you don't mess with a classic. That's why I hate cover songs. Because I don't want to hear you sing "Stairway to Heaven," man. I want to hear Led Zeppelin sing "Stairway to Heaven." Uh, so that any 1 or 4 is great. And for a Crimson Tide, hmm, see, now that could be cool because you could incorporate the bear, the hat, the black and white checkered hat, the crimson. I don't know how to spell Tui, so I couldn't do that. But I could do that. And if I did one for beaters, it would be like it would say GTL, and it would have some fist
Okay.
bumping on there, and
Nah.
it has Snooky on the heel tab.
Ah. Hey man, I'm South Jersey. That's some North Jersey shit.
There ain't no such thing as South Jersey. You just Jersey.
I guess so to you, man. But there's a difference to us. That's funny as hell, though. The Jersey Shore fucking custom, huh? That's not me, man.
I think if I did a Jersey Shore custom, I could probably just hit it with some spray tan and some
Yo,
gel.
the only thing I do is the L part, man. I don't even no gym, no tan. I'll do some laundry because I got it, but that's funny. L.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's all I get on
L for
sneakers.
laundry, L for sneakers app, man.
Yeah, back when I was doing it. And Jamie actually got the bug one time, Mayo. You might think this is funny, and I may have told you this, but I didn't want those Travis Scott ones at all for me. I wanted to flip them, duh, because that's a
Right.
money shoe. So she's sitting over on the love seat with her phone. I'm sitting over here, and we're constantly, refreshing. And she got
That's
completely
so
pissed
funny.
off about it. And I'm like, welcome to being a sneakerhead, because
Me and
this
my
is every
doing
Saturday for us.
he was sitting right next to me, and we were both in that whole fiasco. Oh man! But she got a little firsthand, like experience on what that was all about, especially since everything freezing up and all that day.
Yep.
So
And
we
you
were
know
out
what?
like 40 minutes.
Oh, BD Kicks in the house. What's good, bro? Um, if
That
you
was
ever walk up on your porch and you get a Rockford Fosgate 15 box sitting there, and it's from KC Mo, it's probably got like a shoe from BD Kicks in it. This dude wearing size 15s and 14s. I think I used a whole bottle of acetone when I was fixing one of his shoes. Just
dang.
kidding. Just kidding. I probably showed you those flints that I restored for him.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the flints are good for everybody, and so thank God re-releasing them, but at the same time, I'm a little sad that they're re-releasing them because if you have the OGs, that's a classic that you have that a lot of people don't have. But of course, the retro is not going to live up to the OG standard. It's just going to be that colorway, so it's still good. But yeah, my dude Scoop hit on those Jordan 1 Travis Scotts, the highs, and he's like, man, I did it on my phone a couple times. When that didn't work, I jumped on the laptop, and it was an immediate cop. And I was like, you didn't text nobody? That's what you
Man,
do in Texas? You don't tell nobody? But Brandon from BD Kicks, if y'all ain't subbed up to them, follow them on IG, BD Kicks with a Z. Uh, really cool people. It's a brother and a sister show. You get a female's perspective on a four, you get a male's perspective on a four, and I'm telling you, him and Deja are brother and sister, but they gonna fight about some shoes. They got their own opinions on it, and that's cool. That's
yeah,
why I like their channel.
they're cool
Um,
as hell, man. I think I turned on to them through your page. I found them and real cool.
he hit on those. There's a suede shortage now in China because they had to make Brandon a pair of the Travis Scott lows, and so now there's no more suede in the country of China. But hey, he got a shoe.
That's great.
How did
That's
you come up with that logo? That laced logo is fire.
you like that?
Yes, I do.
I first I did it solid. Then I said, let me see what it looked like as just the outline. So I got both versions, I think. But yeah, I know my thing's all frozen up. But yeah, that's that. I actually got it on this hat right now. You know what I mean?
Other than bending up those Noels wearing your T-shirt, another thing that I do that makes sneakerheads cringe, and I'm gonna lose points with all y'all, but piss on y'all. We're friends, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I tie my shoes. I cannot go. I cannot go. I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel naked if I don't tie my shoes. I cannot rock them. And even my wife's like, "That looks dumb as shit." Even in high school, I was wearing Air Force Ones and I didn't tie them up. But
Depends on the shoe for me, and or it depends on like the phase. Like I'll go through phases. You know what I mean? Where I think this looks dope. I think that looks dope. All my ones I've been tying lately. Last like 2 months I've been tying them.
I don't know why I feel that way because I'm too fat to be out balling. I ain't running from the police, but I got to time up. I really got to time up. Even the fives, I don't. I throw the lace locks out. I don't use
Yeah,
that.
I haven't used lace locks and fives ever.
The hardest thing to do for me was to stop wearing bootcut jeans with my Jordans because that completely negates the point of wearing Jordans. If your breeches, sir, that is a southern word for pants.
Thank you.
Okay. So if your pants are covering up your kicks, you might as well be wearing Crocs,
Right.
and I'd rather die.
Or it might as well be lows.
Let's see. Well, uh, they are my shoes, but at the same time, I ain't trying to be. I mean, I get made fun of enough because I hang out with beaters, so uh, I don't need to be adding fuel to the fire.
Word.
Oh man. Well, I think I've held you up. I know it's 9 o'clock your time.
Is it? That was fun,
Yeah.
man. I had a couple drinks, dude. You know, a couple cocktails, hung out a little bit. I don't know what happened to Lonnie.
Well, I think he works so hard he forgets to plug up his phone. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping that tomorrow's person who's thinking about wanting to do custom socks or wanting to do custom shoes or wanting to do to be an entrepreneur of any kind can look and see. First of all, it's going to be a struggle from day one, and that's okay because if you let the struggle make you stronger, then you'll survive. But if you bitch
That's not.
out, it's over. Um, learn from my mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Like don't put out the first thing that you come up with. Find people that you trust. And there's a lot of people on my IG that I will send the picture of a shoe to before I ever post it. And even if they're being nice, uh, you can tell like they don't really mean it. If it's fire, you're gonna get the fire emoji. If you get like COO back, it's like okay, he just said cool, so it must suck. It's back up and punt. But you got And before you start charging people their hard-earned money, you better know what the hell you're doing. Otherwise, somebody like me is going to have to fix a custom that you did or something like that. Those murder fours, I swear to God, if you ain't seen those videos, man, go look. Yeah, well, you have because you told me that I was an idiot because I didn't like film the whole process because it would have been good content, and then I told you to go to hell, and we had a shot and it was good. Um, but God, that was a nightmare. At least when Brandon from BD Kick sent me his shoes, they weren't. He called them beat. They weren't beat. He just wore them.
Right.
And all he really wanted was he wanted the icy sole back on his fives. He wanted the pods back white on the Flint 13s, and his 12s had sole separation. That's all he said. But when I got them, I was like, okay, well, let's get these creases out the toe box because that's easy to do. And me and my wife and all the kids were sitting in there on the floor, and I was pulling out the insoles and scrubbing them down. And because why? I can't fix one thing and send it back to you knowing that this needs to be fixed. So if I see
Yep.
that it needs to be fixed, I'm just gonna fix it. You don't have to ask me.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, because you know what? Once you fix that one thing, that's when all the other shit starts looking a little more in your face anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like you said with the soles, like, or the insoles or whatever. You know, as soon as you, was it the insoles you were scrubbing, you said?
Oh God, yeah. But
As soon as you fix them soles, or them creases or whatever, them fucking insoles look like shit. You
yep,
know?
yep. And I mean, it's so easy to do. It doesn't take any time. I'm already sitting in the floor with a bowl of hot water and some rejuvenator in my brushes. I'm already scrubbing. I'm already wet. Let's pull them some bitches out and get everything up to par.
That extra mile, man, that's what separates you. You know?
And
The extra is what separates you.
the creases in the toe box is a little thing, but it makes a huge difference to a sneakerhead. And the thing is, what I love about your brand is that you should embrace that because that means you wear your shit. And even he's told me, he's like, I can't believe I let them get that way. Ain't that what you bought that shoe for? You bought it to wear. You wore it. That's a sign of battle. Warriors don't cover up their scars. That's just what it is. I can't fix a scar, but I can make your soles icy again.
Yeah,
Icy um,
that's that, baby.
oh man, Mayo's fixing to send me something to do. He's in his collection. We may not see him for a
Yeah,
week.
I'm gonna check them out definitely, man, because they seem pretty cool.
It's ebony and ivory, man.
Good. Okay, I already gave them a follow, so I'm gonna check them out.
All we need is no, that would be. I can say ebony and ivory. I get that much of a pass, but I can't say like Neapolitan. I would probably get in trouble from somebody.
Gotcha.
But uh, I dig it when you get two people on a channel because even though they're best friends, obviously they're not going to agree 100% on everything.
Right.
And um,
That natural, like little, chemistry of some sort. You get that shit.
Mayo says that he wears his, but it has to be a special place. But I'll have all y'all know if y'all don't watch him or follow him on IG, he unds'd a lot of crap. Last week, him and his girl were on vacation at the beach, and so he's got a lot of stuff sandy that had probably never seen the light of day since he picked them up, and I was happy to see it. Uh, and if he wants to send me his Pinnacle ones because I'm a sad guy, I'll take it. Oh man! All right, well, we'll jump off here, but I think we should do
Do
this
it
more
again.
often.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Appreciate it, man. Definitely. Can't talk
And
like
also,
everybody.
I think it'd be cool to. There's so many facets of the sneaker game.
Yeah, we
Uh,
barely scratched the surface, man, on
yeah,
everything.
all we talked about. I mean, there's other things like I'm just now paying attention to my socks, and that's because I refurbished some Thunder fours and stuff, and I had to get something with that yellow. It hit so hard, I had to have a little bit something um, So I mean, there's so many facets of it that we can talk about, and we can talk to. You and I talked about how it's awesome. When we were in school, there was no way that we had ever considered we'd be sitting here talking to somebody from Jersey or Tennessee like we're
Right.
in the same room. And I can talk to Mayo down there in Alabama. I can talk to Brandon and KC Mo, or I think E Money Shoes is in Hawaii. Uh, and the thing is you can be black or white, fat, skinny, from Jersey. It don't matter. We can all come together on the shoe thing. And even if 99% of what I think is hot, most people sleep on, think it's trash. One of my favorite shoes of all time is the Ugly Sweater Sevens. I love them. I don't know why. Most people hate them. But then there's probably something that you think is fire that I think is, ugh. Most people don't get my love for 12s. That's my favorite silhouette.
No
Um,
kidding.
yeah, and Mayo said, that Tuck doesn't understand his love for Jordan 1. Well, hey, the Jordan 1 is classic, and I was the same way, but my wife said that, and she ain't even about sneakers like that, but she was like, the Jordan 1, that's just, the classic silhouette. But to me, when I think of a classic Jordan, I think of a 4, but that's just because of the time that the 4s came out and where I
Right.
was in
Exactly.
age and stuff. So, um,
Exactly. That's why each of our perspectives is totally different, which is cool. That's what's really fucking cool about the whole thing.
I wore them red Jordan 33s today that everybody hates. Another one of my real good friends, Forgiven Souls, hates them. He calls them quilted northern because of that, like quilted little diamond stuff on it. But I'm like, man, these are my Michael Jackson Thriller kicks right here.
The
Uh,
33, you said?
yeah, the Jordan 33s, they're super freaking comfortable. They're ugly all day, but man, they're comfortable.
I like
Um,
the SC, the black ones.
yeah, I had them all, bought them all on release day and flipped them all. And then I got in trouble for this too, but here's the thing. Oh, there ain't a woman alive that can tell me that she ain't never bought something just because it was on sale. She might have 15 gallons of Tide at home, but if she's walking down the aisle and Tide's on sale for 10 cents off, she's going to buy 2 more.
Yeah.
So it's $130 on release day. I copped it for 75.
Right. Got to.
Um,
Got to.
oh, crap. Mayo says, Jamie, Mayo just said, and I'm going to put this up here so when I'm murdered, people will know why. I'm going to get you to do a custom on at least one Jordan from each silhouette, 1 to 14.
That'd be dope.
I like the Jordan 2.
Have you ever done a Jordan 2?
Nope.
Want money.
Nice.
I've done 1s, 3s, 4s, 5s. I will not do 11s anymore, guys. I won't, because if you want your 11s fixed, you need to talk to Brandon Bennett, CEO of Forgiven Souls, Atlanta, Georgia. I did the cool gray 3s. There's so much to get that patent to shine again.
You've done 14.
I've done 14s. The glitter 12s. How y'all liking them shattered backboard glitter 12s? Are you man enough to rock them? I am, but a lot of people that saw them said nope. Um, I've never done a. Yes, I have. The Probably the second custom I ever did was for my 6-year-old. They were the Jordan 13 History of Flights, and I turned them into Supreme Louis Vuitton. Uh, but I've never done, like, for a customer. I've never done a 13. Uh, Tens. I got my first tens in the mail a couple weeks ago. I've never done a 9. Never done a 7. Never done an 8. Never done a 6. So damn, I'm limited. I know. Hey, and Brandon said he would rock those 12s. You and Alias though, that's the thing. Like I say it all the time. Alias calls his daughter Princess, and I tell him that I'm the real Uncle Cracker. But I cannot pull off a lot of like sparkling bling and pink and stuff because of my complexion. I just can't do it. I could wear a purple suit to church on Sunday, and I'm gonna look like Barney. You could wear a purple church to what am I saying? You could wear a purple suit to church on Sunday and look fly. That's just how it is.
All black, baby.
Well, yeah, because it's slimming, and I got a dad bod, but according to Vanity Fair, those are in now. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this dad bod's all yours, girl.
Don't I know it? It's shower top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ow. Too too old to do that kind of crap. But anyway, man, I appreciate you hanging out with me, and we need to do some lives. We'll get Mayo in here. We'll get BD Kicks, and just get a whole bunch of different perspectives, and
Oh
we'll
yeah.
we'll argue about it, but we'll do it in a fun way. And
Great time. I highly appreciate the invite and had a awesome time hanging out with you for a little bit and chatting and looking forward to doing it again in the future.
yeah, but everybody, if you follow Money Run, hit him up. Tell him we're going to start a GoFundMe to
Run,
get him a battery for his phone.
money run, money run.
All right, then.
Homie,
Y'all be good, and I will catch y'all later.
peace, man. Later.